Where does it say how much I actually collect? Because it's not that number. That number is actually wrong. I collect 7.26 ducats, but that is further modified by 35% based on my trade efficiency and also having a merchant there. A merchant there increases that number by 10%, so I'm getting 10% more money out of my control of this area because I have a merchant here. So I would argue that you should always have a merchant present where you are collecting, so that you can get that extra 10%. Because you're probably investing a fair amount into your home node anyway to get as much money out of your percentage as it is, or to get as big a percentage as possible. So you may as well make that percentage that you collect there go even further by multiplying it. And I've just surmounted Karakanulu once again, which is lovely. So I need another rival, apparently. Castile, France, or Poland? I should probably mutually rival France. The thing is, I really don't want a Franco-Ottoman alliance going on, because that would be kind of bad news. I think it's kind of got to be, though. Why must I have 3? Fine. So Karakanulu, I need to stop embargoing you, which I never was, and I need to start embargoing France. I am bigger than France in terms of development too. Awesome! Cool goal would be to swallow the Red Sea and Basra. Yeah, I will do eventually. Okay, so the problem with the annexing stuff too quickly is kind of a hidden modifier, so this is one that you need to be careful about, is that when you do annex a vassal, you get this annex subjects penalty, which means diplomatic reputation -3. That doesn't look too bad, but your reputation determines how many diplo points you spend on annexing a new vassal. So if you start annexing someone, you usually, by default, add 3 diplo points per month. This reduces that by 3, so you're effectively adding 0 diplomatic points per month, but still having this annexation going on, which doesn't get anywhere. So it's pointless, and you shouldn't do it. Because I think there are penalties to trying to annex someone. Attrition of the arm. Ooh, yeah, good point. I should really split you in half. And also stop paying you. There we are. In fact, what I might do is send you back home again. And give you the other general. Good. And I would very much like to start drilling them again, but I'm going to wait on that. Ooh, trade has finally eclipsed production for the first time this game. But I have a feeling that's because I've had production penalties? No, I haven't. And I'm not even getting the trade bonus from having ahead of time in Diplo. Interesting. How big is the force limit now? My force limit is currently sitting at 52. I only have 36 out of that. But I'm still trying to get out of my loan problems. I'm down to 6. Like, I paid 4 of them off already. So that's not going too badly. Right, so that's one more renewed. Inflation's not too bad, 3%, and it is being paid down thanks to my national bank. We will be getting technology soon enough. The Burkhas rise! The Burkhas are rising against the changes in our country, which have limited their powers. Clearly, they are not happy with the privileges of the nobility strengthened. I sided with them, though. Against the nobility. Because I never go with the nobility because of their base influence being so high. Alright, if you want me to kill you, I will quite happily kill you. Where are you? Tobruk. And truce with those guys have ended. You are rising... Oh, Tabuk, not Tobruk. Where's Tabuk? There. Oh, it's even a fort. Oh, brilliant. How about it? Am I going to upgrade some advisors? Wonder how it works. I would assume it just levels them up, so from level 1 to level 2. We'll permanently increase this advisor's skill by 1. Yeah, I suspect that's just going to make it level 2. The reason I'm reluctant to do that is because I don't want to pay them more. Although I can try it for just an experiment. So I'm paying 57. Yeah, that did increase their cost. I mean, this guy's an Egyptian, so I'm not as concerned because I'm still getting the 25% reduction. But that is how it works. So what you probably want to do is try and get the cheaper ministers. No, I think they're all going to be level 3 now. Yeah, pretty much. Never mind. Alright, so I could get the military power thing again. That would increase your loyalty to 20. Loyalty must be 30 or greater, so that's not going to work. I could get a contribution from you. I could get... Hang on. I could do some Diplo power here. So, merchant guilds are at 39%. Increasing that would go to 49, which is 1% short of that magical 60. 50. No, it is 60 where it goes up to 100, isn't it? Or I could just take money from you and pay off another loan more quickly. I mean, you guys love me. Could also give me 5 early carracks. No, because we're going to get a better one soon. Right, you can do admin support. That would increase your influence to 45, which is again not enough. I'll do it anyway. Cool. Because it also increases the national tax modifier increase. Marvellous! Right, I'm still paying my armies. I don't need to be doing that. Conversion successful. Marvellous. I'm going to assume that we can't do another one anytime soon, though. No. Same problem. I think you should just revoke all the nobility land. We'll have to fight some revolts, but then you can assign them back to the nobility and get your loyalty up that way. It would be a lot of land to revoke. What is the percentage they require? Oh, they only expect to control 10%. The Amirs started with all of that land, so yes, this would be a very good way of reducing their power. Where are they? Yeah, all of this was automatically assigned. Like, they don't need that much power. Like, Rashid especially, because I can give that to the Burkhas for more money. So I'm going to revoke this from you. No, I'm not. I'm going to make sure that I have army maintenance up first of all. And then we're going to move the army to that place. So we're going to go cancel on you. Secrets in our alliance. Give them some free spy network because why not? Ethiopia are fabricating. So if Ethiopia are saber rattling right now. Right, I need to go and kill you at some point too. Improvements in land tech. So we can get 0.5 inflation for 50 military. I'm just going to take the 10. How close are we to the next technology level? Ish. I just decided to send my better general down there. To go and crush those rebels. Scumbags that they are. Right, let's move you here. Rashid, you go and stand in Rashid. You are going to be revoked. We're going to kill them. Silly, silly noble rebels. Think they can rise up against the might of the Mamluk Empire? Never. Right, where next? 15, 8, 19. Yeah, they are in control of some of my really big provinces. This is going to make me a lot more money. Right, we're definitely revoking them from Fayum. Let's head over there. Your power has been revoked. That's a lot more of them. Let's go and send in the troops. Good. Right, where's next? Still do more. You're a 6, you're a 13, you're also a 13. You're a 15. Akhmin. Also revoked. And this is going to mean I can do a lot more with the amirs than I could previously. So this is actually good for everyone, like revoking their power. It's going to help everyone here. Alright, we definitely need Algarbia back because it's farmland. Mamluk succession. Ah, our ruler just died. So this is important. This is how the succession laws work. Basically, there's an election. And depending on the culture of your ruler determines how these abilities work. So you want to have the culture of someone who is very, very, like, of a culture that is very powerful. Mamluk, or numerous rather, not powerful. Mamluk succession. The death of Jambalut I has left our country without a ruler. All the important Mamluk households of Al-Qahira are calling upon their influence to have a say in who the successor is going to be. Depending on who wins, our new ruler will have the support of different households and different parts of the country. Only one thing is certain. Those that would rather have seen their own group's interests prevailing will not greet the new sultan with joy. Some might even spend the rest of their lives trying to limit his influence. So we can get one who's Egyptian. He is an average claim, and he's only 30 years old, so he's another young guy. The main reason I went with the Egyptian last time is because he was the youngest. I just kind of got lucky because I didn't realise how the cultural system worked at the time. We could also go for a Syrian Mamluk, who is 50, so ancient, also an average claim. Or we could go for an alternative who has no groups in Al-Qahira, so it's basically someone who's not accepted culture, maybe even non-accepted. So we'd get someone with a strong claim, who is Circassian. So again, Circassian would mean that all of these are useless. They will do nothing for us, with the exception of the increase in power, which is always relevant. So I think we probably want to go with the Mamluks again, simply because we have the largest the largest Egyptian population. So we want to go for an Egyptian Mamluk, and that is what we're going to do. Bink. So it resets everything. Unfortunately, we had a 5 Diplo. Now we've gone down to a 0. That means we're going to be negative Diplo. Yeah, we're on 0 Diplo a month now. Crap. And a whole bunch of admin. Yeah, now we definitely need to do this. Focus on that. So just so we get some Diplo. And also we can get a new admin guy. So we could get the land maintenance modifier. I think no, they're the same. It's just that you're a lot cheaper. Right now, money is the most important thing for me, so we'll get the cheap guy. Foreign spy detection. The other thing that will have happened is this will have normalized far more. So we could start shifting towards mysticism if we wanted to start converting some of these provinces, and I kind of do. Right, the other thing I was working on was removing you from power. Yeah, I already tried the upgrading advisor, and it works exactly as I assumed it would. Basically, yes, you can change it. Sucks that your points got reset. Yeah, that's part of the reason you want the young rulers. I mean, because it doesn't tell you how good the ruler is, it can leave you stuck with a terrible, terrible ruler, so you might want to get an older one so you can have more turnover. But I think you can still use the disinherit. Actually, I'm not sure about that. No, because you never have an heir, because it's always done by election, so you cannot disinherit yourself. Or you cannot abdicate, rather. So you have a lot less flexibility, but you have the advantage of a really quite strong government. And these abilities are nice, like manpower, money, and political power. Sorry. Monarch power reduction for everything. It's pretty good. Where the Quadis are the judges of the land, the Muftis are the one who provide the general legal interpretation and doctrine. A sultanate as large as ours, however, needs an overarching authority over all muftis. Traditionally, this is the role of the Shaykh-ul-Islam. The Shaykh-ul-Islam is not only the author of fatwas himself, he will also be the one to appoint many of the regional muftis of our realm. And ultimately, he is the one person who will safeguard the legality of the sultan's edicts. Naturally, the man we pick will belong to the Shafis, but there are a number of distinguished candidates to choose from. So, a loyal Sheikh-ul-Islam will almost take the sides of the Sultan, will increase the chance of support from the religious establishment. So national tax increases, or we can have a religious or righteous one. Will support us as long as we maintain a pious rule. It will also make events relating to the will of the religious scholars more common, so he moves towards legalism. I think that's what I might have done previously. Or a famous Sufi will give this office the dignity it deserves, which moves us towards mysticism. A Sufi, Sheikh al-Islam, will support us as long as we support Sufism in the realm. This will make events relating to Sufism more common. which will move us towards mysticism. I'm going to try the mysticism because I haven't done that before. Plus, I'd also quite like to have some more legitimacy. So we're going to do that. Hey, cool spin. Hey, Sir Joshua. Yeah, indeed. Long time no see. Alright, so we have secured another province away from the evil Amirs. How are we doing in terms of their... Well, their loyalty is completely gone, which does not surprise me. We can still steal more of their lands away. And I will be doing that gleefully. Right, what other territories do they have which are way too powerful for them? But 20! They own Damascus. Oh, hell no. Alright, let's go and kick them out of Damascus. I mean, I am losing a bunch of manpower doing this, but I think it's worth it. Reduce it by 5 down to 15. Yeah, that's still acceptable. It's the biggest rebel stack yet. But we are really curtailing the power. Ooh, we might lose this fight. I didn't shift consolidate. That's probably why. I mean, we still outnumber them, but man, this is coming down to the wire. Yeah, I think that's the last time we can do that for a while. But we've just severely restricted their power. It's also reduced my manpower by 12,000. But should give me more in the long term as I get more autonomy everywhere. Not at the moment. So I just had a really, really expensive war against the Ottomans, which we did win. So I'm trying to recover from my loans at the moment. Once I am debt-free, then I can start drilling again. And, oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, it's a small one. Once I'm debt-free, then I can start drilling again. Because while you're drilling armies, you're paying them full maintenance. Although I guess while my maintenance is at full, I could be doing that. Although, I didn't intend it to be full for this long. Let's go and kill them. Oh, no. Shift, consolidate. We have only cavalry. We might struggle here. Padrick, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, the cavalry are getting absolutely spanked. I mean, we're beating them morale-wise, but I'm about to lose my army. Ow! Ouch! Okay, so I am going to do the other lovely, lovely thing, which is I'm going to burn some of my professionalism for manpower. Boom. So we burned 5% professionalism, so it's down to 7. It was up to 19% at one point. Ah! Oh well, we're going to have to do a bunch of drilling at some point. But we will recover our army pretty quickly. And then I can shift consolidate, and we have decent numbers now. Oh, I didn't mean to press OK there, but okay. You're moving to Qasr al-Ibrahim. Your army is now 8,000, and it's more well-balanced. So we're going to go and intercept you, and we in fact arrive first, and this time we are kicking your ass. Yeah, attacking when you have too many cavalry, not a good idea. Even though my cavalry ratio is 80%, it still hurts. But we've taken that. We now have no more rebel uprisings for quite a long time. Maintenance can go down to 0. You can head back to Cairo. You can replenish forces over time. Well, we can get more manpower. And everything is awesome. Right, technology. Yes, we definitely want the military technology. Lovely. More cavalry shock. Yes! My cavalry going to get even stronger. And also admin. So that is more production efficiency once again. Corruption will go down, basically burning down the religious penalties. And we get some more states, so I can do some making states out of people. Good. And I need another advisor. Can you please stop dying? Jeez. Right, so we can get a Hijazi advisor, but we wouldn't get the cost reduction on you. Or we could get an Egyptian spy network construction, but he is a level 2. He is a level 2 diplomat, which we could actually do with. So yes, I'm willing to pay you that little bit of extra. Dithmarchen has become a free city. Good for them. And I'm now only paying 3.5 ducats in interest a month. That's down from 8. So the economy is definitely recovering. It's actually my military that's taking the longest to recover at the moment. Furushia. The Furushia are a set of equestrian exercises that teach young warriors the craft of cavalry warfare. With detailed rules, training and manuals, and very popular public competitions and champions, the Furushia has in many ways perfected by Mamluk warrior aristocracy. While some chroniclers would claim that the champions of today could never compete with the warriors of the past, it is still both customary and very popular for sultans to arrange big public Furushia competitions, and the champions remain heroes of many popular tales. So it's good for the people, but not something we should spend money on. Or we can spend money on it, gain 25 army tradition, and our cavalry combat ability increases by another 10% for 5 years. Yeah, I don't really think it's worth spending money for 5 years of better cavalry, especially as I have no intention of going to war. I'll just take the free legitimacy and army tradition. I mean, my army tradition's already 62. Speaking of which, I should recruit another general. Oh wow, he's really good. So that was a good thing. Marvellous. Yeah, cool spin. Remember with the advisors, that is a double-edged sword going for the different advisors. I generally want to go for an advisor of the same culture of my sultan, because as a Mamluk government, my same culture advisors are 25% cheaper. So I went with the Egyptian advisor because he's 25% less. If he's a bit older, so be it. I'd rather have the overtime cost be less than the recruitment cost. Because long term, I'll save a hell of a lot more money. I can go up in Diplotech. I could probably also start grabbing another vassal. No, I can't. Not for another 4 more years. In that case, yes, I am going to go up in Diplo. Huzzah! We're up to 7. Still behind times, but it's fine. Is it possible to do army drill while your army is just like 0-man stacks? Not sure. Don't know. Yeah, cultural advisors are new with this. I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm doing the stream, is to show you guys all the new stuff that's now available. Well, available in 4 days. Akanulu has declared war on Hishan Kafia. Fine. Oh, we can convert another one. Let's do that. And, wow, the Emperor's actually getting through quite a few of his reforms. Well, 2 of them. More than usual, regardless. Build regimental camps. No, because I'm trying to save money to pay off loans. Speaking of which, I can pay off a loan. Because I still have 5 of them. That's still over 1,000 ducats in debt. I mean, really, the thing that I want to build more of are mosques. Actually, and workshops. I haven't built any of those yet. Yeah, the workshops will give me a big increase. Mosques, less so. We've lost a claim on Rabbah. Oh well. How is the religion map mode in Persia? In Mamluk area? Still mostly Sunni. Shia does start in a couple of areas, but Sunni is still overwhelmingly more powerful. And then the extra symbols are the different schools of faith, which if you suck up to one of their adherents, then you can get scholars from that, and basically hybridize your own religion a little bit to get some other bonuses. Speaking of which, let's have a look at those. So we could currently get the admin tech cost reduction from bringing in a Hafani. We currently have Hanbali. Oh, we have... No, you're right. Yeah, we have a Hanbali scholar at the moment, which reduces the aggressive expansion impact. You can only have 1 scholar at a time. And if you make friends with the Shia nations, then you can actually get some of the Shia scholars as well, even though I'm a Sunni. So it allows some like cross-fertilization between them. Congrats on the 6,000 subs on YouTube. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. 1,000. Well, I like being debt-free because it means I can take more debt when I go to war next. Can you see forming Arabia decision gives you the new ideas event? I don't know. It doesn't say anything about new ideas. Not for Arabia or Egypt. I mean, I'm far more tempted to go for Egypt just because it looks cool. And also you get a free switch to... Actually, that's a free switch to administrative monarchy. I quite like being Mamluk. Ooh, I can get another one of these. And I could in fact start a golden era. I always feel like I should have golden eras later though. And this will only last for another 6 years. I'm going to take the war taxes. What about the trade stuff? Trade has had a few changes, so you can now dictate missions for your merchants. So, for example, maximize profits increases your trade power by 5%. You have to have a merchant present for these to be available. Or you can do hostile trading, which increases spider network construction to 25% for all nations within that node. Improve inland routes, siege ability plus 10%, and artillery bonus versus forts plus 1. So I should probably have done that in Aleppo when I was fighting against the Ottomans, although I think you can only do that if you have 50% control. Yes, you have to have at least 50% control. So if I'd focused a little harder on Aleppo, then I probably could have done that. Then also you've got established communities plus 15% relation improvement, which I was doing earlier when I was trying to vassalize the whole of Arabia. And then propagate religion is the final one, but you have to have a trade company present. This is the one I'm the most intrigued by, because previously when you colonize, say, Africa, you would have to colonize it, then convert it, then turn it into a trade company, because it would always be founded as a African faith. Or if you took over parts of Indonesia, then you'd need to convert it and then switch it to a trade company. This means that you could turn it into a trade company immediately and then have the company itself convert for you. I would assume it's a system that works similarly to the Centers of Reformation, possibly, I'm not sure. But it means that they will auto-convert themselves, though you do need to have at least 50% trade power in the area. But if you're using trade companies, that should not be too hard to pull off. No, it's not the capital, it has to be a merchant that you have in that region. Dhimmis flout building restrictions. Despite being officially prohibited from building houses of worship and tall buildings, the Dhimmis in several provinces of our realm are openly disobeying the laws, and many of our quaddies are too lax to respond, either because they see no harm in it or because the hefty bribes they earn from turning a blind eye. So we can move towards legalism, and the Ulema become more loyal, or we can move towards mysticism, and Dhimmi building restrictions modifier is removed from us, and the Dhimmi get more loyal. I don't know what that is. Dhimmi building restrictions, which is tolerance of the true faith increased, tolerance of heathens reduced. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I am pushing for mysticism at the moment so I can get more missionary strength, so that I can actually get some of these conversions done. So I'm actually going to... Am I going to start with you? I'm not going to start with you. We're going to wait until we become more mysticism. I prefer Twitch because then you don't need to wait that long for the next episode. Just watch the 2 or 3 hours. That's fair, Fenris. That is totally fair. If you move your capital to Europe, you can get trade companies in East Africa pretty soon, I would imagine. Not that bothered by it. Plague in Cairo. Nature seems capricious and the gods inscrutable. The plague was a constant presence, especially in large cities. The plague in Cairo in 1492 reputedly killed 12,000 inhabitants in a single day. This is seen as a disaster and proof that Allah was not with the Sultan. Unrest reduction, goods produce reduction, everything bad for 5 years. Oh, stop it with all the negative modifiers. I mean, my tax... Actually, the tax rate is recovered. Good. I had minus 30% tax rate for a while because of all the events. Thankfully, that's disappeared since then. I am going to start a little bit of army maintenance so I can rebuild their numbers. I might also start training... No, I'm not going to. I still want to pay off the loan. Did a run where giving all the heathen provinces to the Dhimmi as Ottos once. They had plus 60 influence and always loyal. Yeah, beefing them up as the Ottomans would be useful, especially if you're going humanitarian and are humanist and are in the Balkans, because you're going to have a lot of non-Muslim factions or non-Muslim provinces going on. I can certainly see that being a thing that happens. Naval research is wrong. It seems as if leading shipwright in our country has written a very convincing document detailing how new ship technology that his rival has been trying to get funding for will never work. It may even cause the ships to sink before they leave the harbour. They must be right, minus 50 diplomatic power, or ignore them for a loss of prestige. I want diplo power though. I also want prestige, but prestige is going to be a bit easier for me to get because I'm the Mamluks and I get a plus prestige thing. Aragon is no longer a valid rival. That's another one that I've eclipsed. Oh, it's because of France. Thanks, France! I'll revoke my embargo of you. Even though you're my rival too, France. Did I ever... embargo you? Oh, I don't remember if I did. I did. Okay, good. Right. How close am I to repaying another loan? Still quite a long way. I mean, we are earning money now, but army is growing. That's the main thing I'm doing at the moment. Another 2 months, I think, of this, and then we can stop. Although this is also going to reduce the amount of money I was making overall, but so it goes. It's fine. Getting rid of the amirs is going to give me a lot more money in the long term. Right, I did say 2 months, so we are going to reduce maintenance back to 0, and there we go. Lots of money once again, because we're no longer paying for the reinforcements. And we have an army. Military treatise. Our emphasis on a strong aristocracy has given the nobility means to serve in the army. They are devoting more of their attention to the military. One has published a treatise on military thought. That's a good read. Gain more loyalty and also 50 military power. Or let us do what we can to realise those ideas for 1 army professionalism. Well, I intend to have a permanently drilling army once I'm out of debt. So I'm going to actually take the military power. Amirs, that's what I'm saying. Not sure what you're getting at there. The time has come for the Ulema to appoint a new leader to assist our Sultan in the capital. The likely candidate is an old cleric with a solid history as a prominent member of the Ulema behind him. He has, however, also acquired many enemies during his life, who now hope to see a somewhat younger candidate with a less ugly past to be appointed. As Sultan, it would be not hard to influence this election to the younger candidate, who would be likely be more loyal. To be seen to meddle in the affairs of the Ulema, however, would very likely weaken the faction in the long run. So the Ulemas gain a 10 influence or support the younger candidate, which costs a bunch of money. They gain loyalty and lose influence. I'm okay with them having influence, that's fine. Yeah, manpower recovery is 10... In 10 years, you will recover 37,000 manpower. I mean, it's always been that way. There are ways of improving manpower now, though, which is quite nice. The Hajj, every able-bodied Muslim who can afford to go on Hajj is required to do so at least once. It is a religious duty and one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It is a pilgrimage to Mecca, and all male pilgrims dress in the ihram to show equality of all pilgrims in front of God, as there is no difference between a prince and a pauper. The pilgrims do not shave, clip their nails, wear perfume, swear or quarrel, have sexual relations, uproot or damage plants, kill or harm wild animals, cover the head or the face of the hands, marry, wear shoes over the ankles or carry weapons. As the ruler of the Mamluks and being an able-bodied Muslim, it is time to set an example and begin the Hajj. So we move towards legalism, and we gain prestige, and we gain a stability cost modifier, but we lose some money, or we move towards mysticism. I mean, I want to go towards mysticism, but also I know this is really important for Muslims, so I'm going to do it for roleplay reasons. And with that, I'm going to call the stream. So one thing I would like to do is show my support to other Twitch streamers. So once again, I'm going to try and do a Viking raid. So I'm going to spend just a second having a look to see who else is live, preferably doing the preview, who hopefully you will enjoy and maybe spread some love. So if you give me just a second, I will find someone to go and say hello to. Who is doing Europa Universalis right now? So bear with me here for just a second. Oh, that's me. I was like, oh, there's a guy. Looks alright. Oh, it's me. Oh, we'll go to Shenra. He doesn't exactly need the help, but he's the only one that's doing the preview. So, okay, we are going to go and say hello to Shenra. So, go to this stream. And when you go there, be sure to say Viking raid, whatever. And just be nice. Like, don't be an arse. Hopefully you enjoy it. I used to watch a lot of Shenra myself. He's a good guy, and he does a really good stream. So, this is the end of this stream. So, thank you everyone for watching. If you have enjoyed this, then do hit that follow button so you get notifications when I'm live in the future. If you have really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing, and if you want to help the channel out in another way, check out my Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. Yeah, I will do that in a minute. I just want to do my outro. You can find my Patreon at this link. I do have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking, which is at this link. And then finally, I have a Discord where I announce my streams when I'm live, that type of thing, which you can find here. My next stream will be later this evening at 8 o'clock PM Greenwich Mean Time, where I will be continuing my Hearts of Iron 4 Somalia game. So thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys next time. Now go say hello to Shenria, and remember, it's a Viking raid. Goodbye.